Here we go. Let's get us a nice background. What are we gonna find? That's not a good one. Popped off here. Let's see what we got. We'll just go with that. Nope, that's too big. There we go. What's up, guys? January 6th coming up tomorrow. What do we think? What do you guys think? I tell you what, I wait to feel the angels around, and I don't feel them around at this moment. Okay, I don't. I'll be honest with you. And let me turn this light down. That's one of the things I look for. Okay, because right before Noah went on the ark, before Lot left, and 2015 when Elijah came to me, there were angels everywhere. I could feel it. It was heavy. Um, and I know that shortly before, I want to go home. I'm tired of being here and not being able to truly help. You know what? Me too. I feel the same way. Look, it feels like we don't have very much that we can do for this world, does it? I mean, it seems like it's out of our hands, right? I mean, literally, like everything that happens is the little man. What is the little man going to do? But pretty soon you're not going to be the little man. Uh, what I know about the rapture that I don't explain totally, and it's because I don't want to. I know how people really want to evaporate out of here, right? We really want to go. We really want to be somewhere else. Correct? As most people say that. Most people feel that way, ready to just go be in this wedding banquet and be done with it. Is that? Oh, my door's open. Let me close my door. And what's up, John? Glad you're here, buddy. Glad everybody's here. Hey, look, it's been an exciting time. I say this, okay? The rapture should be a fun time. It should be a time that we enjoy ourselves and get excited, and not all this like worrying about it so much. And I'm sick of being in pain. My body's broken due to another fault. I'm tired. My body's broke too, brother. I mean, to the point where I can't work, and even if I did get a job, I wouldn't last 2 or 3 days. I mean, that's how bad it is. Third day, I'm out of it. You know, my phone is it not charging? Let's see what's going on here. For some reason, my phone ain't charging. Hang on a second. There we go. Now it is. Just want to be. I want to too. I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm excited about that. But let me explain something to you. You got to think of every which way this rapture will go, and the way I see it going is a little bit different than the way we've pictured it throughout time. We've always heard that we would blip out of here, but what I'm seeing is that we'll be different. That things are about to be different. What about just the next level? Are you not ready for just the next level? Something else, something different? Just tired of this? You know, ready for something new? I have one arm and one leg basically held together by plates and pins and can't even afford the cane. I got a metal knee as myself, and I'm supposed to get another one. Muscle ripped off my arm, put back together, and it's not as good as it was before I had the surgery. Um, I've got 5 hernias that they said that if I tear it again, there's no way to put it back together. So and then I'm diabetic, and just all these elements. Plus, I have this issue. I don't know what it is, and nobody's ever been able to figure it out. But I have cramps really bad when I say I'm talking about spasms and I don't have to be hot or nothing. Just turn the wrong way and my back locks up. Under my rib cages, under my diaphragm, my legs, everything. And then it's hard to sleep at night because of so much pain in my legs and my hips. You know, so I'm with you. You know, I understand pain. I do understand pain. You know, and but then I feel bad when I go to Walmart and see the guy walking out, stocking the shelves with two prosthetic legs. You know, and I'm thinking, what then? Somebody told me, he put it in perspective. He's like, well, that guy's not in pain. Like he's not in the pain you are. You know, and I kind of get it. You know that I have to take 10 pills a day and a shot. You know, and so I'm down to drinking Dr. Pepper Zeros. So I understand, guys. I really do. Why is my phone not doing what it's supposed to be? There it goes again. But yeah, yeah. You know what? I sleep in the recliner a lot because the bed hurts so bad. Like a pillow between my legs don't work anymore, and then you know, using the bathroom's a lot different than the way it used to be. You know. Uh, uh, I had to get up all through the night and use the bathroom. You know, of course, I did worse when I was didn't know I was diabetic. You know, I was driving down the road here recently and noticed that I couldn't read any street signs. In fact, I couldn't see hardly anything, and I lost my eyesight. And I went to the doctor, and I was at 600 and something. My blood sugar read 600 and something. So I was just before going into a coma and didn't know it. You know, I didn't know. My wife said she looked at me and it looked like nobody was there. You know, but I felt enough good enough to drive. You know, until I got out and I couldn't see anything, and I didn't really realize it until I got out there and started driving. I was like, man, I can't see anything with my glasses or nothing. You know, so that's why we're just getting older, right? Getting wore out, and not to mention we're watching the world get worse and worse. Like I was talking about yesterday in my video that I put out, is that one of the things I notice is people will notice like this person calling for a date or that person calling for a date. And then they kept doing it, right? I just noticed the spirit of calling dates got bigger. I noticed a spirit of that. Also notice, people having dreams and visions, no matter where it goes, be a different person, a kid, an adult, an old lady, a young man, nonstop, nonstop. It's a spirit that's growing that, like Joel said. My BP was off the charts last week and I was seeing the problems. I hate growing up. Yeah, I died in an accident back in June 2014 and was told it wasn't my time. Then I woke up from that 2 month coma. Well, we're glad you're back, bud, but I know you didn't want to come back after being told you had to. Well, that's what most people say. And the thing is that death is an illusion. For us Christians, we ought to all know that death is an illusion. We've overcome the flesh. I've tried to. I've had 2 rapture dreams in the last 2 weeks. He's coming soon. Well, hey, tell me about him, John. Just a little bit about each one of them. Is there anything different about either one of them? Snakefish, you got swindled by the archons. It's a trap. I know about the archons. I can't get swindled because I see them. When they talk to me, I just look over at them and they go away. We have a purpose here, but it's real living starts at death. That's right. But see, the thing is get rid of the word death. We don't die. That's what the man sees. He sees our clothes laying there and thinks we're dead. These are clothes. See, at the garden, we got our clothes stolen. They were clothes and we were never meant to die. And when we got tricked into them, or when man got tricked into them, now the clothes are called flesh, and flesh dies. See, the clothes were always going to wear out. They were always going to wear out. Don't your regular clothes wear out? Well, these were just clothes. And then when Jesus came, he patched us back. They're back in our clothes again. We don't die. So that's a whole part of it is struggling with sin. Is people that struggle with sin are still in the flesh. They can't get past the flesh. As for us, the guys that know what we know, I don't know how many's in here right now, but we know we're back in our clothes. So we don't die with this. So it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It was a daytime. We saw Jesus in the clouds, but I was screaming blue beam, blue beam. Then I told my wife, it's time. I got pulled up in the sky. I want to tell y'all something about blue beam, a secret about blue beam. Hey, Lord Jesus, I got a secret about blue beam, and I got something else to tell y'all. Something kind of different that I didn't know that somebody said, and then I looked into it, and they weren't exactly right, but they're right in a different way. Okay, I know what they meant, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. What's up, Tanya? Look, guys, if y'all haven't subscribed or anything, make sure you subscribe because it helps the channel get out there. Not to mention, you get notifications, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. We're just normal people, misfits. I vape. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. Okay, we're just vessels. We're just vessels. The preacher tries to act better than he is. The people, when you go to church, no matter who you are, I've been, that you act nicer that day. You act like something you're not just for about a few hours, and then you go home and you're normal. Okay, we're not acting like that in here. We are totally normal people who love the Lord. Correct? What's blue? Okay, so let's look at blue beam. Blue beam saying that. First of all, it's saying that it's going to try to find some way to tie all the religions in together so that it's a one world religion. And it says each person will see Jesus or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Then it says that also it'll be able to send out, make you think that you had spiritual experiences. Correct? Like get in your head, talk to you in your head. Um, it says all kinds of things like that. I want you guys to think about something. A transmission coming across, you would know. It would be like repetitive. It couldn't talk to you. When you have spiritual, Jesus talks to you. The Father talks to you and you talk back. Okay? There's no denying that. Blue beam cannot, that man is not that powerful. They want you to think man's that powerful. Man's not that powerful. Another thing, when Jesus comes back, it won't be a religion. It will just be a one world Jesus. So what they're trying to do is try to discredit your spiritual experiences by making you think that man's powerful enough to give you spiritual experiences. It's bull, and don't believe it. Blue beam is a joke. It's the last attempt. Prepare for the great ontological overthrow, obsolete epoch, defining singularity in the future. Uh, I'm not understanding that, dude. Look, you have to put things in dummy terms for me, okay? Just kind of break it down. We're common sense in here. Thanks for the. So, look, when you look at Blue Beam, it's just one last attempt to try to make you think man's that powerful. Man is not that powerful. I'm just letting you know. They can't do these things. It's just that it's trying to make you think that your spiritual experiences might be Blue Beam. Come on, guys. Come on. I would say if you've got some kind of weird transmission, it wouldn't be telling you anything. It would be an over and over repetitive thing. You wouldn't be able to talk back to it because there would be no God you talk to. In the spirit you talk. So there's no denying that. Blue beam is bull. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. It's bull. It's not, there's no truth in it. Listen, let me ask you something. When Jesus comes here 1,000 years, what kind of if Jesus was a religion, if it was he was a religion, which he's not, would he not be a one world one? Think. It's not a religion. We have a one world God. They're trying to make you think that they're that powerful. They're not that powerful, guys. That's crap. We get choppy cell phone service. Okay? There's no way. There's no way. It's crap. Don't believe it. Okay, I watched it and I'm like, this is just an attempt to try to destroy what Jesus is doing. They just want to make you think that your spiritual experiences are fake. Okay, and if Jesus comes and tells you that Jesus, if you put Jesus at the head of anything, and it's correct, as long as you have the Son of God and God, it makes it correct. So let's just get over it. Was Buddha a prophet? Yeah, he was. And Jesus, with Jesus Christ, the Son, we can't count out other people's Our Bible says 144,000 or so prophets have come throughout time. Our Bible only accounts for 500 of them. What you think about that? Everybody discredits the other's prophets. Muhammad, false prophet. Okay, Allah's God. Allah's the name of, just another name for God. Like Abba, Allah. It's just, I'm just telling you. But Muhammad, false. Bruh, Gnostic. Christ teaches Loom Sigil what Christ teaches. Bruh, Gnostic is not what Christ teaches. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. What is Gnostic? Don't worry about what I believe. Oh, you guys are talking. Okay, I get you. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Um, when I get a couple of my people in here, I want to show y'all something. Guitarster, what's up, what's up, bud? I want to show you something that I learned today. I looked it up after this woman said it, and I think I might have it still up on the computer where we can take a look. How many ones do I have in here thus far? Ones I got in here. Are you guys excited? Are you ready? Hey, the Lord can come back tomorrow. I ain't saying he's not. He could. He could. But I got something exciting to show you guys. Something different. Something that I delve into. I don't know why I looked into it. All right, we had enough ones in here to show, so. Okay. So guys said 10 years from 2015, the fall of 2015, right? And we're in that 10-year mark as far as not the 11th. Y'all know I've said that, right? No, there won't be 11. So I'm expecting it to happen within this year. I also had another lady tell me that she knows that it'll be between Passover and Pentecost. And she's dead set on it. Okay. Y'all might know her, Ramona. And she's got a dead set reason why she never knew the year, but she knows the season. So let me show you this, okay? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? I'm going to take it off of the background and I'm going to show you something. Are y'all ready for this? Somebody give me some hearts and I'll go for it. Some hearts and I'll go for it. Maybe you're not ready for it? Okay, here we go. So here's the deal. First of all, I'd like to start this off by saying this woman said 2025 isn't over till April 1st. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, well, the Hebrew New Year, Jewish New Year, doesn't start till April 1st. So I was like, no, I thought about it. And I said, well, couldn't be that 2025 ended at December 31st. That's a Gregorian number, okay? There's no way to say 2025 stretches to April 1st. However, I looked up what the date was in 2015 in Hebrew. And I think you guys will find this interesting, okay? So here we go. Here we go. In that spring thing you're talking about, check this out. So let's go on over here to the nice handy computer and we'll take a look. All right, you see how that converter? Let me see if I can get it better on here better for you. You see the converter? Okay. I want to show you something. Okay, so if I go back to my wife's birthday, it was right around my wife's birthday that this happened, October of 2015, and I hit convert. Let's come over here and look at the conversion. Okay, so the conversion shows, no, that's not the conversion. There's the conversion. Okay, there we go. The conversion is the year 5776. Do you guys see that? So the first month, the seventh month, 5776 is when it come up. I want to show you something because this is leading you somewhere, okay? Now let's go to the current year. 5776, don't forget that. The current year, it is the 5th of January 2025, 2026. One too many zeros. So let's convert that. Do you see how it says the conversion is 5786? So it's true at 5786. So let me tell y'all something so I can bring it down. So what we're looking at is that the year, I was told 10 years in the Hebrew year 5776 in the 7th month. I was told that. Okay. So if you take that and go 10 years Hebrew year, then it's 5786 right now. And it won't turn to 5787 until April 1st. So that would be a true 10-year mark for Hebrew. So if we go by Gregorian, we've already passed it. If we go by Hebrew, we still got till April 1st. Guess what April 1st is? Guess what April 1st is? Let me show you. I'm going to show you guys. April 1st, 2026 is... Here we go. April 1st, let me find it. April 1st is Passover. Passover 2026 is Wednesday, April 1st. How many of you been saying spring and Passover forever? How many of you been saying spring and Passover? Because that's what I was told was Passover, between Passover and Pentecost. And it just so happens that 10 years is up. And the Hebrew, if I was going from Hebrew, the time that I was told, that 10 years is up in 4 months, which is Passover. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to you guys? If we go 10 years, like we say 2015, then we would say the end of 2025. But if we go by Hebrew, we were in the 7th month of 5776, and it doesn't end until April 1st, 5787. Makes sense? If it doesn't, I'll repeat it. I just learned it, so I'm trying to explain it. I just learned it. Okay, so that's what threw me off, because I was like, no, 2026 means that it started 10 years. Okay, so, but if you go by the Hebrew calendar, then that 10 years doesn't even start until April 1st. Okay, so let's do it again, okay? I'll just say it straight out instead of pulling that up. Okay. I was told in the year 2015 in fall. It was in the fall when I was told 10 years by Elijah, right? Have we got that much? Give me some hearts, some yes, anything, if you follow me that far. Okay. So if we don't say that it was, let's get off the Gregorian calendar. I was told in the year 5776 in Hebrew and Jewish calendar. I was told in the 7th month, which would have been the fall, You know, and I'm just saying that just to say it, the seventh month. I was told in 5776. This is the year 5786. 10 years later on the Hebrew calendar. 5786 don't end till April 1st. April 1st is the first day of Passover. Makes sense? So it's, the 10 years is up if Gregorian. But had I been using Hebrew the whole time, then I haven't even made it to the end of the 10 years yet. Where 2025, I could have said 2015 and 2025, that's 10 years. But going by 577, 5776, and then going to the Hebrew 5786, that don't end till April 1st, which is Passover, which is strange. I'm not saying there's anything to it, but it's just strange, right? It's just strange, you know what I mean? Like, and then I had a lady here recently, Ramona, tell me that she knows for sure that it will be in the Passover, and right after or between Passover and Pentecost. So I sit back and I go, wow, I mean, I didn't know this. I just found this out today, right before I talked to you guys. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to stretch it out or anything. It's just that's what it is. Hebrew, it's different than Gregorian, which would be lunar. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm talking about rapture, but when I say rapture, you may be thinking of poof, which means Scotty, beam me out of here. And I don't look at the rapture that way. Okay. I see the rapture happening in a different way. More like an exodus that's happening now. You know. But when it completes, harpanzo, which means different, some kind of way, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Do we know what? Are we any of us real sure? Come on, guys. Do you think your clothes are going to be laying here and you're going to be gone? Could be. It could be they had it right the whole time. It could be what some people see as floating in the sky. That's a little harder for me, but if it is, it is. Could it be that I walk outside and Ezekiel's wheel's going to be out in the yard and telling me, come on? I look at it all kind of ways. And another way is that like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Because see, rapture means avoiding wrath. It means avoiding wrath. Noah avoided wrath with a rapture. He was raptured on an ark. See what I'm saying? You think we'll just disappear? Very well. I mean, all this could happen in the twinkling of an eye. It really could. I mean, look, I'm not saying, I'm just showing you things that I've seen. Is he coming at that time? It's highly likely. I mean, it's more than I've been seeing, right? Why does it land on Passover? Why does it land on Passover? It's got to be for a reason. I don't know. Are there coincidences? What do you guys think? What do you have? Do you think that, I mean, look, we got a couple people calling for tomorrow. You know, I'm waiting on angels that I don't see yet. I was shown an open eye vision going up, only saw maybe 5 or 6 going up with me. Like floating up. Not gonna be that many, I know that. You know, and that's why I talk about this a lot, is because the state of fatsos. Wow, we just really just get, you guys are trash, you know that? Just trash. People that talk like that. We don't mind burning them. Caught up in the air, right? Hey, look, I'm not saying there's no way for us to know exactly how it's going to happen. That might be the way. It might be the way it happens. That's right. We don't panic. People that are 144 know who they are. They already know who they are. I've got no doubt about it. They know who they are. Now, when they come to this channel and I say they're 100, one of the 144, it's because I know what happened to them and I know why they came to me. I know what they're doing. Harpazo means caught up, I thought. Well, let me ask you something. Now let's look at this in a rational way. Let me explain this to you. If you were in the 7th grade and I was in the 5th grade and they moved me to your grade, wouldn't I have to get caught up with you? I would have to know what you know to be in the 7th grade. So when we look at caught up, let's try to look rationally instead of just, looking at it only one way. You see what I'm saying? So I've been talking to you lately about sin. You know these guys that got sin removed, right? Right? Did you not? Do you know? Remember the day it happened on here? Do you guys remember that day? It's real. But everyone thinks they are. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter what everyone thinks. It's they're it. They know who they are because something's already happened. But the day that you got your sin removed, and you know when it happened, did you not something not change? Now I already knew this, right? And I teach it, right? What happened when you learned it? Didn't you get caught up with what I know? Now you and I know the same thing. We're caught up together. Now what I've been trying to teach you guys lately is how to teach it, how to defend it, because you're gonna have people come at you, because eventually you're gonna come out, you ain't gonna be able to take it no more. You're gonna listen to enough of it to where you blow up on the group. You guys are crazy. You can't help but do it. Listening to them talk, it just eats you away. It does me. I can't be around it. And I can defend it all the way to the end, every scripture, everything. You know, that's why I'm trying to I show you guys how to do the same thing, and then you guys go forward and become great. Hey, if you can lead people out of sin, that's what Jesus wants you to be able to do. See what I'm saying? You're doing your job, leading them out. So you're leading them to the promised land. Does that make sense? Growing up, I was told 144 were already picked by now, and really being one of them is not really what most people would want anyway. Look, I'll tell you something about myself. I already know that I've got to lay my life down for it. I already know. I've seen it. Do you think I like that? Do you think that sounds wonderful to me? It's just like music to my ears. But I already have to do it. So, hey, you know what? That's the way I want to be raptured the most is like Elijah. I'd love for a chariot of fire to come down and get me and I just take off out of here. That would be awesome. There's all kinds of ways. What if a ship showed here with Enoch on the side of it? Enoch, looking like the Starship Enterprise. You know what I mean? I'm just saying there's always all kinds of ways to think about it. But rationally, I want you to look at it like this. I personally think, here's what I think. And it doesn't matter what I think. It's just my side of it, okay? You want to hear it? I think that we're going to be different, meaning we're going to have we're going to be given powers like what it says in the Bible, where he gives power to them and they control the water by blood, turn into blood, control the air by weather, control water, and by earth. It's all 4 elements. Control all 4 elements is what it's saying. I believe that we're going to be different and we're going to be hated, but it'll just be like walking through like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You won't even smell like smoke through the wrath. You'll be walking through it, and they can't understand how come you're so different. How come? What did you get that I didn't? Where can I get some of this oil? And you'll see the Lord, and they won't. Would you not be in the same place he prepared for you when you see him? But they wouldn't be able to see him? Think about it. Hey, look, the man in the field working and the two men, one looks over and the other one either disappeared or he don't have to do that no more. That's real hard work. A woman in a grinding mill looks over, sees the other one's gone. Is it because she disappeared? Or is it because she don't do that no more? But so we look at this in all kind of ways, right? That's keeping the mind open. You know, it's like, hey, we can't get tricked if we, it's not like a thief to us if we know every kind of way it could go. We all think. Sound exciting? Got any other ideas? Meaning it's a regular day. What's that mean? I didn't catch it, I guess. Now, during that time, you'll be preaching to these people. You'll be telling them. They'll be like, well, what did you get I didn't? You can tell them where to go get it, but they're not going to believe you. They're not going to believe you. That's right. And if that's happening right now in a way, we're learning things. Sin's getting removed. We're learning things by ourselves. It's happening like a thief right now. They're not seeing it, we are. It's like I say, it's a lot of ways to think about it, guys. A lot of ways to think about it. You know what? All in all, Jesus loves you. You know that, right? Jesus loves you. And I'm excited, like I'm going to get up tomorrow like he's coming. I'm going to be here. Hey, planetary alignment's coming. Why not? Get up excited. I'm going to give me some coffee. I'm going to go sit outside and talk to him, and see what he might tell me. Maybe it's a day for him to tell me something. I started to do a video earlier today, and I was like, no, I'm going to save it for the live, But I thought you guys might find that Hebrew thing interesting because the 10 years I've been saying, and it kind of changes it because from that time forward on the Hebrew calendar, it don't end till April 1st, which is Passover. The actual 10 years. Now, if we went from there and we said, okay, the same thing from April 1st, that it won't be no more than 11, then it would put it at around April 2027, which there's a lot of smart people saying 2027. And I've never been able to put it together. I'm like, I'm getting 10 years. And I start seeing like, what does this mean? But I think 10 years means 10 years. I think it's going to happen right here in 2026. Right here in 2026. And Passover is a good prospect. It is. Because if it goes all the way to the fall of 2026, and I see it the 11th come, I will definitely be one upset person. I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think it's coming real soon. I mean, like, we're at the minutes. We're not even days anymore. It's minutes, however long minutes are. We're going to meet him in the clouds, baby. Huh? He's going to come down with the shout of an archangel. And first the dead will rise and then the living. And we'll be caught up in the air to meet him in the sky. That's right. That's what it says. That's what it says. Meet him in the clouds. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I can know the day or hour. Look, it's done spread out a year on me. And not quite a year, but almost a year. I mean, if he came any time in this year, it would still be 10 years. So I always knew it might be that way. I was just hoping it wouldn't be that way. You know, I was hoping it'd be like what I was thinking. Yeah, it doesn't say we can't know the month and year. It says we can't know the day and hour. Are you going gay? Daniel, you. That's all you can think about, bud. That's all you can think about. You can't just be normal, right? Everything's got to be about something gay. It's just we'll see you later, bud. They're about to get rid of you. I just let you know you're about gone. There you go. See. Well, by the logic of since 2015, if you take the 3 months for each year until 2025, we're missing 2.5 years, right? It will we take off January, February, March. Um, well, I don't know. I mean, going by Hebrew year, we still haven't even finished the 10 years. Going by Gregorian, we've passed it on December 31st. As far as the 10 years exact, 10 years, not 11th, means that somewhere within the 10 years. Does that make sense? Man, I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm not. If it means 10 years, just not an 11th year, then that gives you a whole year span that you're still in the 10th year. Makes sense? If you go by Hebrew, we haven't reached that point yet. It would be on April 1st, which is Passover, which would make it an exact. You see what I'm saying? If it was Passover day, I mean, I'm just fishing. It's nothing exact or anything like that. We had a lot of people in here sitting on the fence a minute ago. I was hoping they would stick around. Anything new with anybody today? Learn anything new? We got Maduro. See, look weird seeing Maduro walking down the hallways with cuffs on, something over his head. I don't know what that means. That mean our gas is about to get cheaper? Y'all know how much Jesus loves you. I'm gonna tell you what. You guys that have overcome sin and understand what it truly means is a big. You don't. That's a big defeat. That's defeating a lot right there. What it means is you've overcome the flesh and got your clothes back. They're just clothes. To other people, they're stuck in the flesh to die. Not you. You got your clothes back. So everybody needs to come to know that. They need to be. What church is preaching that? None of them. None of them. It has infiltrated every church system. Once a sinner, always a sinner is what they all preach. And they've embraced it. So we've got to get that one out. I don't know how I'm gonna get you guys ready for teaching it, but I hope I can. Because I lose people they go read their own scriptures and come back. Look what servants and saints did. He went and found a scripture that I brought up since the beginning, and he couldn't get past it, you know. And now look, now we don't have him anymore. I wish he was still here. I really enjoyed him, you know. But you tried to talk to him and tried to tell him, but not everyone can learn this. It's only a certain number. And 144 scares a lot of people that don't know what we're talking about because it seems like such a small number compared to the population. But you got to know that every time the Lord came to somebody in the Bible to do these things, it was only one came to Noah, one. So 144 is a big number. Hello? You guys talking today? Come on, guys, let me have it. Tomorrow's a big day, I guess. I'm going to call it Super High Watch Day. I'm going to get up, enjoy it with him. I got up at 4 this morning, so I'm sort of still not on myself, I guess. But at least I don't know if you heard the message I gave a minute ago about the Hebrew year. Did you everybody get that? Everybody understand what I was saying? Okay. Okay. And what new do we have? Anybody got something new, original? I don't want Bible verses. I know the Bible. Anything new and original? Dreams, visions. Who was it said? Diesel said he had some dreams. And that was pretty cool. Okay, cool. And I don't know if that's just fishing, digging. I'm not digging for it. I just saw it and looked into it. I'm not digging for new numbers or nothing like that. 6:48 p.m. Is that what it is? Yeah, it is. Sin is being separate from God. That's the only meaning. That is the only meaning. The only meaning. So once you're out of sin, Jesus became sin for you. You no longer have to be in sin. It has nothing to do with being perfect or nothing like that. Sin is just separation from God. The law helps you work on trying to be better. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't never meant to have sin all attached to it. Yes, I did. Jesus told me to look up for your redemption draws nigh. And it was in the spring he told me that. Well, April 1st is the spring, isn't it? When does the spring start? 4 a.m. when I get up to go to work. Yeah. I was up at 4 just because. While I was praying, I looked up in the heavens and I said to the Lord, you are the light of the world. And a huge star appeared and twinkled at me. That's pretty awesome. I mean, and that was last night? That was last night, Diesel? Oh, man, you guys get some awesome dreams, man. Some awesome dreams. Let you know the time is close, right? And it is close. My dad had a dream in 2020, and I interpreted it for him, but he said that, and my dad doesn't just say anything, right? He's not as spiritual as we are. But he said that he had this dream that when he walked outside of his house, there was he looked up and there was clouds, and he got to looking at the clouds, and each one of them looked like a different animal, like zoo animals. And it was as far as you could see. And he said a thunderous voice came from the sky and said, you're in the 24th hour. Tell everyone this. So he told me about it, and I said, well, the animals represent Noah's Ark, and the 24th hour means the last hour. You're in the last hour. And I don't know what you guys would get out of that, but that's what I got out of it when he said it. And that was in 2020, so I knew the time was close. From now until spring is my guesstimate time. When is spring? What day is spring? What day starts spring? I'm not real sure. I know April 1st is Passover, the first day of Passover, which is the Hebrew New Year. It's April 1st? Spring is April 1st? Come on, dude. Come on. Is it really? I gotta look this up myself, man. I believe you, but I gotta see this. Yeah. As the astronomical spring began in Verna on March 2026, while the meteorologically spring started even early on March 1st, making April 1st its typical spring day with holidays like April. Okay, so is it the first day of spring? Because let me look that up. First day of spring. I'm sorry, but it just wasn't coming up that way for me. First, if that is that would be a weird. Okay, so what mine says March 20th. March 20th of 2026. Okay. So, um, April 1st will be in the spring and it will be Passover and it will be 10 years from the time I was told that would be the first day of that would be the last day of it through Hebrew year. So, I don't know. I've heard people say the spring many times before. Ramona says the spring. Hi, Brother Jay. After you and my brother Alex, a peacemaker. Hi, Brother Jay. After two, you, I'm Brother Alex, a peacemaker is to his glory. All right, Alex. Glad to have you in here. Make sure you sign up or subscribe. We need subscribers, and it helps me. And and you get notifications because we talk about all kinds of subjects in here. We talk about the rapture, and then we talk about all kinds of things. So, if if Elijah was talking about a Hebrew year instead of a Gregorian year, then April 1st would be Passover, would be the last day that it would still be in 10 years. Exact 10 years, not 10 years waiting on the 11th. Is that pretty cool? Thank you, Zach. Guys, you always make me happy. Y'all give me little thumbs up and claps and emojis and just anything. It just makes me feel good. It looks pretty cool too. I don't know how to do it back. I don't have a button for it. But I just thought y'all would find that interesting. I do. I find it pretty interesting. And I'm not digging for it. I accidentally run across it, April Fool's is probably Jesus' real birthday in the pagan world. Wouldn't it surprise me? Wouldn't that be something if he came on April Fool's Day and got everybody? Showed us all. Look, I've noticed that Joseph Allen and the different ones, they're not doing dates anymore. I don't see people doing dates. The only person I could find doing January 6th was a guy named he's a Asian guy. Something David Chung or Daniel Chung. I don't believe Jesus to be having a beginning or an end. Wouldn't be funny though. I would find it funny, but anytime he comes, I'll be ready, But that would be funny if it was April Fool's Day, Passover Day, and the final 10 of the 10 years Elijah said. I'd be like blown away. I'd be like, I can't believe this, But in the order of Melchizedek, amen. That's right. The opinion could be the two witnesses be two groups, Christians and Jews, instead of two individuals. Yeah. The two groups are going to be people from all around the world, all different colors, some different religions, some not even religious. You're going to be not people you didn't even think it was. That heroin addict, that so-and-so, nobody's going to believe them because of who they were, who they used to be, when they start. Read the living word of God, Holy Bible, King James Version. All right. No longer distinguishing between Jew and Gentile. The Jew and Gentiles thing stopped with Jesus. It's a spiritual thing. And we've tested those who said they were Jews and they're not. I can just tell by what their characteristic is. If you're a leader, a natural born leader, you're always the head of everything. You're what we call Jew. I teach the word. I teach all kinds of things that Jesus taught me to teach. I'm a Levite. You can tell by the characteristics, guys. You can tell by the characteristics. Those that say they're Jews and are not. It's not. It's an inward Jew. That's right, inward. Look, let me ask you a question, okay? So I know back in the Old Testament, it was a history. You had the Levites that were a group, the Jews that were a group. Here's the deal. In this day and time, like with Jesus was the head. He was Judah. He had a Levite. He had each one of the disciples were from a different tribe. That's to show you that it takes all 12 of them to make an actual tribe. Not that you have, what good would it be to have a whole tribe of priests? A whole tribe of priests, that wouldn't be no good. Whole leaders, everybody's a chief. Nope. You have a chief, which is Judah, a priest, which is a Levite, one that takes the money, one that does this, one that does that. Each one of them have a different thing they do. So that's where you get it. That's where you get it from. Yeah, is that understandable? It's all spiritual. Jesus came to teach the spirit how to live. Forget about all the literal. The literal is what is happening to Satan. You are the temple. You want to know where the third temple is? You are. You're the third temple. The building, that's what Satan's doing. That's what, when we look at the Jews over there, do they believe in the Messiah? No. They deny him. They killed him and deny him. Do you think I want to follow Judaism? You think I think they got it right? No, they don't have it right. They never had it right. They did it wrong the first part of it, and they just kept going with it, act like Jesus never came. They're still sacrificing animals. They are doing abominable things. They are the synagogue of Satan. I don't care what anybody says. Above all, at least the other religions don't know. They know better and do it anyway. That's called blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. They know better and do it anyway. And they do know better. And people get mad at me for saying that. Like you shouldn't call the Jews synagogue of Satan. Let me show you something. So we get this done every but I want to show you something. I should have already took a picture of it so that I could pull it up without doing this. But I do it with every group because every time I come into this, somebody says, oh, the 144,000 are Jews. Well, Jews are from the tribe of Judah. Let me fix this where you can see it. I know it's going to be backwards, but I'm going to read it backwards because I can't help it. 144,000 sealed from the tribe of the Israelites, not Jews, Israelites. 12,000 of them are Judah. 12 Reuben, 12 Gad, 12 Asher, 12 Naphtali, 12 Manasseh, 12 Simeon, 12 Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Only one of those tribes are Judah. So it's not 144,000 Jews. And I'm going to tell you something else. It's not going to be what they think it is because the Jew is spiritual. So it's going to be 12,000 spiritual Jews. He don't want people that don't believe in Jesus, guys. So it's going to be spiritual. Some people are leaders. I'm not a leader. I'm just a good priest. I'm just telling you, I'm not a good leader. But I tell you one thing, I can teach you the word. I can teach you the correct way. Are not they that are undefiled by women? No, listen. You're spiritual. Go spiritual. When you become a born again Christian, that means that you've accepted Christ. You're supposed to be a new thing, a virgin of Christ. When he gets here, and if you're impregnated with the evil one, which means you've accepted the evil one, you're no longer a virgin of Christ. You've been defiled. Has nothing to do with women and sexuality and virgin. That's looking earthly. That's when Jesus would say, Simon, Simon. He called him Simon when he was talking earthly. Now, when we just went spiritual with it, he would have said Peter. Make sense? I hope so. That's why it's woe to the pregnant in those days. It's not talking about pregnant women. Pregnant women already have it hard. It means woe to the pregnant in those days. Pregnated with Satan. Make sense? I'm trying to make sense. Let me know if I do. Hey, Kevin, thank you for coming in, bud. You a part of us now? I can show you guys some things. If we got enough new people in here and you guys want to hear something, we've got something we can teach you in here. And see all these people that they'll admit when you see ones go up, you want to be a part of that. We can teach you how. The church is. I'll tell you this: the church has been infiltrated. Not just Catholic Church, the whole church. The church. It was never meant to be church anyway. It was meant to be. It was meant to be a way of life. The word church in the Greek, what they're translating it to, it's just a way of life, meaning the government, everything. It's a way of life. If you serve this way of life, then you don't have to go to a building for it. But let's learn what anybody want to hear the good. I think I got some new people in here. It'd be awesome time to teach this. What do you guys think? Can I let it go? Would y'all let me let it go? Y'all want me to do it? I can do this. Guys, look. See all these ones? See all these? Okay, look. The church has taught you, and just how many people agree with me, that once a sinner, always a sinner. Just believe in Jesus, right? Once a sinner, you just admit to being a sinner. And, okay, that's a false teaching. Jesus came and died for your sin. He became sin for you, and so that you wouldn't have to be in it. But what they've taught you sin is incorrect. The definition of sin is incorrect. They say it's rebellion against the law. Okay? They say it's rebellion against the law. The law came about 1,500 years after sin did. It has nothing to do with the law. In the garden, they got separated from the Father. That's what it means, a separation from the Father. That's it. That's its only meaning. Separation from the Father. What happened? I'm just going to go ahead and we run through this real quick. We can do it through the Bible, but if you'll just listen to me, you'll hear the Bible in it anyway, but I can take you through all the scriptures real quick. But if I said, look, you can have anything here. It doesn't matter what it was, guys. This story can go a million different ways. It was a sexual sin. It was this. It was that. Let's stop. What it meant is you were never meant to die. These were just clothes. These were not. These clothes wear out. So do these. Okay? They were just meant. You were meant to live forever. But they said they were tricked. God said, "Do not. If you touch this, you will surely die." Don't matter what it was. Let's just say it was this. And then when they were tricked, it was like, you won't die. He just doesn't want you to be like him. Surely you don't. Well, they touched it. Listen, I didn't die, did you? Check it out. I'm not dead. What else is God lying about? I didn't die. They were stuck in the body to die. The body went from, look, it went from clothes to flesh. They were going to die in it. They were stuck. And not to mention, when God returned to the garden, he says, Adam, where are you? I'm behind this tree because I'm naked. What are you doing behind that tree? They just noticed that we went from being clothes to a body. They were naked. So God said, who told you this lie? And because you have believed this lie, they were cursed, kicked out of the garden, and no longer could be around the Father because he couldn't be around sin. Sin means separation from the Father. Now, 1,500 years later, here comes the law. It's supposed to be, hey, these are characteristics in you. If you notice these in you, you notice the Father in you because it was always about the heart. But what did they do? Sin took it over and made so many sins under it that you smoke, you drink, you do this, you slept with people, you did this, that, and the other. You're so far away, you don't think you can ever get back to God. And then you go to church and they teach you, oh, just ask for forgiveness of it and just remain in sin. Jesus did not die for your sin for you to stay in it. He died for your sin for you to get your clothes back so that you wouldn't die in them. They're just clothes. No longer flesh, just clothes. Now, it's a struggle that says there's a struggle in there because people still struggle with the flesh. They can't get past it. This is clothes. You get your clothes back. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not reading. I'm talking, okay? So when you get your clothes back, when you see those struggles with flesh in there, we don't struggle with it because we know we live forever. We get another set of clothes. There's nothing, okay? It's an illusion. But for those who don't know that, they're stuck in sin, they're stuck in sin to die in the flesh. So they can't understand that, oh, as long as you're in the flesh, you're a sinner. No, we're not stuck in the flesh. We overcame sin. Jesus fixed that for us. So that would mean that we have a relationship with the Father again. He made it that way. I have a relationship with the Father. I can't have a relationship with the Father as a sinner. I can talk to Jesus, please, Jesus, but he gave us back that relationship with the Father, so no longer a sinner with a Christ consciousness. Am I any different than anybody? No. I still have transgressions. I still trespass. I still need to forgive debtors. I still need not be led into temptation, but delivered from evil. I still need my daily bread. I still need these things. That's why you say that prayer. But sin is taken care of once. It is a singular word, not plural. Singular. Satan used the law to make it plural. Is anybody following me? Anybody new following me? My point is that if you don't know the definition of sin, how can you get rid of it? If you think it's rebelling against the law, which it's not, it's separation from the Father, and you get the Father back, you're no longer a sinner. You can't tell everybody that because you go in church and tell them, I'm not a sinner, get ready to get booted out like this. Okay? This is the narrow. You're not going to meet many people that say they're not sinners. That's the narrow road. The majority says, once a sinner, always a sinner. The Bible says the majority's wrong. It's so simple, but it's made hard. So, look, there's a lot of people that get ones. Throw out the ones that know this. Throw out the ones that's learned that in here. Show them how many. Show them how many. This ain't just talk. There's a reason for this. They've been freed of sin. They're no longer sinners. You see the ones coming up? They're going to come up. 1, 1, 1. You see all that? It's not for no reason. They came in a sinner. They've always been taught this way. We're trying to unteach the false teaching. All right, Rosnet, are you new, Rosnet? Because I got to write you down. Because that's good. That's awesome. How many? If you're a new person that gets it, give me a I'm trying to if you're new, give me a 4 so I can know to write down your name. Just to do so. I need it. I think that's a new one, but it matters because each one of the time we do this, we're to get new people, and then we'll move on and laugh and talk about other things. All right. All right. Hang on, y'all. Help me. Don't go up to. In fact, I'll pull it up on here so I can see more of it. I have to be able to see this because I'm writing you guys down. Because every time this grows, I got a secret for you. I got a secret that you're gonna be buffering now, but let's see. Be buffering now, but let's see. I can't help it sometimes, guys. My internet acts up. You guys got to forgive me. I'm looking for all these 4s. This is amazing. I can't believe it. I'm thinking. Am I back? Am I back? I don't want to lose everybody. I'm not trying to lose everybody. Sometimes my internet has been really giving me problems, guys. Are we here? Thumbs up. I am. Am I still here? Am I there? Am I here? Can you see me? Am I there? Am I here?